Good morning, world. Been a while. Just thought I'd take a run around the property. It's starting to get spring up here at the house. Fixing to head down the street, down there, down there by the water's edge. Have I ever showed y'all these? Yeah, probably have. Yeah, nice little table I built. Anyway, we're fixing to head down the area. Beautiful time of the year in Texas. Springtime. Yep, here's the workout station. A couple of weights, some benches, some boxing, some lifting, some stretching, some rings, some calisthenics, pull-up bar, dunk tank. Now it's covered in pollen. The leaves have started busting out. Pollen's everywhere. This is one day of pollen on my car. Got completely washed yesterday. I'm telling you, this thick. Yep, it was slick clean. The Magnolia fuscata is just about to bust loose. The smell will come off of this tree is insanely beautiful. I tell you, I don't know if there's a better smell on the planet. Check out those little magnolia blooms. Banana magnolia, if anybody wants to look it up. Find it. They get a shrub tree. They get about 30 feet tall, I believe. My old and needs to be replanted rosemary. She's gotten so big, she's gotten too old. They get real old, they get woody and start dying when they get that big. I've had them bigger, but oh, look at my chestnut tree. She's covered in blooms. 10, 15 years from now, I'll be eating chestnuts. Maybe sooner. We'll see. It's been in the ground about 5 years now. Fig trees are blooming, leafing out, and persimmons are leafing out. I didn't do it again this year. I should have been grafting a little bit late, I think. Some people tell me. The grapevines are yet to break out and put blooms on or leaves on. This is the golden scuppernong. Good eating grape, but doesn't put a lot of grapes on. Then I don't trim it either. I just let it grow. Really getting the first couple of good grass mowings, trimmings. Fig trees, as you can see right in front of you. Got some nice leaves coming on. One there, one over there. Out in front of me on the other side of those Yopons. Yopon tried to attack me this morning. No, yesterday. I swear. This is a peach tree. It's not the right variety, but it doesn't get enough chill hours here, and I just let it grow. One of these days, I'll get in there and I'll cut that other tree out of there, and then I'll graft into this nice, strong tree with a variety that will produce here. There's another fig tree putting on blooms. I'm gonna eat lots of figs this year again. Can do every year. This is just a little fart around place. I threw a bunch of seed out here a couple of years ago. These are mustard greens that all self-seeded from last year, and I'll let them seed again this year. And I actually broke the garden ground yesterday. Didn't know if I was going to. We'll see here. These are, this is called, what do you call? I can't remember. Let me think about it a minute. It's a green, but it seeded itself here from a bunch of seed that I pulled up a year or two ago. Well, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a spinach, half mustard thing, and we left a whole bunch of cilantro grow up to be its big self, which is coriander. So this is all coriander. Now it'll attract the bees, so I'll have a bees attractants in here for when I plant the garden. And I'll plant the garden here in the next week or so. I'll get in here and row it up a little bit better. And I mowed it down, turned in all the green mowed down stuff for green manure. Let it sit here for a week, maybe not that long. We'll see how much rain we get. It's nice and soft. It's mushing underneath my feet. These was my experiment for potatoes last year, and it did all right. Let's reach in here and see what we can find. Let's see. I might have dug this already. Yep, I think I did. Yeah, I dug a few of these. Yeah, this one looks like it hadn't been dug. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yep. There's a few potatoes in there. A few new potatoes. It's not real rich ground here. I mean, it is down deep. There's another little one. I was going to see if these would just plant themselves again. I'm going to move all this stuff out of here. Yep, look at that. Tater. Tater. Little taters. Look at that. There we go. Anyway, I'll come down here and dig all those taters out of there. And then I'll break that up too, and that'll be a really nice place. There's some medicinal qualities in this vine right here. It's really taken over. You make a tincture out of it. Peach trees, the ones that do bear. So I've got 5 trees in there, and each of them has lost 1 or 2 varieties that work in it. There's the wild panther kitty, Gabby. Come on, Gabby, let's go for a walk. Little mushroom house, a little tractor. The tractor's still for sale, folks. I'll sell it, but another couple of weeks and I won't want to. There's the junk. It's not junk, but it's stuff. Some of it needs to go away. I need to have my hand tillers rebuilt. They're old. I don't know if they might be old as I am, some of them. We got a couple of webworms up in there we got to attack. It's the first time I've seen that one. That right there has got to go. Can y'all see that? Yep, that's got to go. That's Red Baron, this style here. Beautiful, beautiful tree. And this has got some of the native root stock came up, and that's what this light pink colored one is. It's behind the others. It's a little bitty peach, so I can graft into that one a larger peach variety. And here we are down by the lake, the water's edge. The real shallow areas from the droughts from the last couple of years. All the senny beans and some other kind of bushes grew up out there. Got us a nice little run of blackberries. I can see here. Well, it's better than last year, so hopefully I'll eat a few of these buggers. Now this area right here, if I don't watch out, I won't be able to see any of them because they'll be covered up by this vine here. Can't remember the name of that vine. Yep. A few blackberries here and there. Beautiful, about 75, 70 degrees today. They've got another grapevine. It's our native. It's a muscadine, I believe. Might be. It's one of the two of the varietals. Can't ever remember which one this one is. It's never been named by a professional, but this is it. And it's covered in blooms. And last year it was absolutely covered in grapes. I mean, 5-gallon buckets by the bunches. And there is a couple of little peaches. Yep, see that one little peach there? This was the first tree that bloomed this year. This was a garden space that I've just kept mowed. I don't know what I'll do. I might put another tree or some other kind of fruit trees in there. And I need to put a proper fence up 8 feet around this to keep the deer out of it this year if I'm going to grow anything to actually do something with, because the deer do come in here and they'll eat all your green beans and you name it. Look at that. Getting ready to attack. Sitting right here perched up on the deal. Yeah. Red buds bloomed. Now, they say the pecan trees are the last to bud, and I do have one pecan tree on the property, and I haven't seen any buds on it yet. So, I can't say that winter's over. With everything else, these droughts and cold weather has been brutal. I lost that pine tree right there this past year. And I've lost several other big oaks on this other side of the property. There was one right there. The old S10 needs to go somewhere. Engine's still good. Probably needs a new throttle body. Need the tank cleaned out. Been sitting still too long. Here's that one big oak, big red oak that dropped. Oop! Look at that, look at that. Wood duck. Just landed down. That was a female. Almost got my canoe rack. It's already needs to be rebuilt. Pretty good sized tree there. Almost got my little John boat. Yeah, this would slab up some big slabs. A lot of firewood there, but it's almost not time to fire anymore. It'll be hot. Might get another couple of evenings in where a decent fire could be had. Yeah, this tree right beside it's dead. That tree is also dead. Most of this tree is dead, but it's still got some limbs coming out of it, so I won't drop that one. Some more blackberries over here. This was an experiment gone wild. I've got all these native persimmons that I was going to cut into this year. These little trees in front of me are all native persimmons, and a bunch of them down here. I was going to cut into all these and graft some of those other persimmons, the ones that are the Japanese persimmon, Hanafuyu, Fuyu, Giant Fuyu. I had some fruit trees up here in this menagerie of stuff. This one here is the only one. It's a plum. It's the only one that ever produced anything. So one of these days I'm going to come in here and wipe all this stuff out. Now I do have some of my homestead garlic growing in here. It's done pretty well. I just keep some of it growing all the time, just in case I ever want to have to get into it. And we've got multiplying onions that grow down here on this end. That's what these guys are, all in amongst this. Multiplying onions, they just keep going and keep going and keep going. Well, this is the back side of the mushroom operation that I've shut down for the time being, in the big left-hand side of the property. It's an outstanding view. It's very quiet out here. Okay then. It's been a fine day. Got things to do.